17 minutes past 8 here on the program. Water and Sanitation Minister Nomvula Mokonyane will today host an international water infrastructure investment summit with the aim of profiling investment opportunities in the sector and to showcase emerging innovations in water. It also comes at a time where parts of the country continue to suffer due to massive ongoing droughts, and it's a major problem. Minister is in studio with us. It's great to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
Well, I suppose it's a good day to have a summit like this, particularly here with the heavens opening up and it raining. We need more of this, don't we?
I wish it was in the Western Cape.
Yeah, more than anything.
I so wish, because here there's a possibility of flooding, and I so wish that many of us could actually be harvesting rainwater.
Yeah, that's the reality. Yeah. It really is. So let's talk about water investment conferences. It's a global feature. It's something that happens everywhere. Now, in the case of South Africa, we probably have very specific water infrastructure needs. What are they?
Firstly, it's investment for the future, given the growth of our country, so that then we even contribute towards an inclusive economic growth. Secondly, making sure that we arrest unplanned access to water. And that then leads to bad water demand management at a local government. Thirdly, is to, as we participate in the international platforms such as the World Economic Forum, is to bring back those that participate at those international platforms to the local situation and expose them that in line with our National Development Plan, investing in water and sanitation infrastructure is the new gold.
Yeah. You know, I have a question written on my script that says, who should be investing in the sector? I almost feel like the responsibility is in all of us to invest in the sector in some way. But I know it's a bigger answer than that.
It starts with every individual. Yeah. Just saving water that is running through your tap is a huge investment. And secondly, any individual or group that has the ability to throw in resources that are reliable and are credible and can be measured through national treasuries, fiscal and investment policies can participate. We know in South Africa we've seen a group of women who are part of a stokvel working with a retired MD of BMW being involved in the acid mine drainage project and partnering with an international company. We've got multinationals that have got an appetite now to help us on our wastewater treatment plants under local government. We want to also promote investment on new knowledge and innovation research. Yeah. We must put money around research for water and sanitation so that we move away from just relying on one source of water supply, which is your surface water, and also investing on the skills that we need across the private sector as well as in government. And the last one is to be like any other country that is involved in the development and access of opportunities for those who have been disenfranchised. We want to partner and we want to demonstrate that the one-stop investment systems that have been launched through trade and industry, the platform for water and sanitation information and investment opportunities will be there. We want to build black industrialists through this particular initiative. We want to go to the World Economic Forum in Davos next year with a package of some of the work that would unfold from today.
Excellent. You know, one of the worrying things, and we've been following it very closely, is what's happening when it comes to the department's debt from municipalities that have unpaid bills. I mean, on your website, we talk about 10 billion rand that is owed to the department. Obviously, this hampers your work.
It does, because remember, Leanne, part of the resources that we are using to provide water to every household and every business and institution in South Africa depends not only on the fiscals but also on the funds that our water boards have gone out to borrow. And we need to make sure therefore that our water boards remain stable and credible, and they do project an appetite in terms of their balance sheet. What has been quite interesting, since the announcement last week, working together with the water boards and also going to Parliament to the Portfolio Committee, 11 municipalities of the 30 have come forward.
Wonderful.
And the three most affected, which is Machabeng, Mangaung and Emfuleni have come forward. And I think what is of importance is to demonstrate again that we can be in a position to reprioritize, and where a municipality can't cope, the Department of Cooperative Governance must be able to step in and say, how do we help to deal with the non-viability of this municipality? Because provision of the basic service such as water can't be compromised, whereas when other clients of these municipalities are paying. So we also are dealing with that, because we've also been inundated by business and the Department of Health, for example, who are saying we want to be provided with water directly by the water boards. And this is what we're cautioning our municipalities to say, be careful, because then you will lose your revenue. Yesterday I received one that said, I've not been billed for the past 7 months and I'm ready to pay. And it is those things that we are now looking at going forward. What I'm excited about, 11 municipalities have come forward. Today I'm seeing another 4. And I'm quite sure that just with the ones that we have been able to meet, over 500 million has already been paid by those municipalities, and there's a commitment to pay, to pay at least 30% of the old debt, so that then we can then work out the payments over a period of 2 to 3 years. We are working, we are turning things around.
Just finally, I need to ask you these questions in terms of the reports of corruption within the water provision, water chain. I mean, it's a big problem. And the multi-country projects like those with Lesotho, how are you dealing with these issues?
You know, Leanne, what troubles me are the lies that are being peddled. People are saying there's corruption in Lesotho. I've interfered on Lesotho. The second phase of the Lesotho Highlands will only commission water in 2024. And water would then be released in 2028. What we have been dealing with were the policy imperatives. There hasn't been any corruption. What is being termed corruption is when we bring other black industrialists into the space, because white big companies that have benefited in the World Cup assume that this is their little toy, the water sector. We're saying it must be transformed. Let's expand. Because both countries, the two heads of state, have amended the treaty, because it can't only be multinationals, and then when it comes to local beneficiation, it must just be a monopoly of the 7. Allow Basotho to benefit. Allow South Africans to benefit. Black South Africans can't only benefit in terms of accessing water in Gauteng. They must be involved in the construction. Women can't only benefit in terms of having water to bath their kids. They must be given an opportunity to supply. That is what is perceived as corruption. The second one, the issue about Giyani. A court decides before I become a minister there to say Mopane municipality has failed to put this water infrastructure, and then they instruct the Department of Water and Sanitation. Imagine if Nomvula would have said, I'm not going to act on the basis of a court instruction. And already kids were dying in Mopane in the hospitals and stuff. We had to go and do it because we were given a particular time that you shall do this, otherwise you would have transgressed a court order. It's being called corruption. Again, because it's juicy nowadays. Anything that has not been done by white business people, especially in this sector, it's called corruption. Secondly, even the power of the executive. When an executive issues a directive, which is not me doing it in my house, in my dining room, the authority of that the executive has is to issue a directive to say the court has given us this order, Lepelle do this particular thing. How Lepelle implements must be within the confines of the law. But the thing that I so wish could happen, Leanne, if there is this strong story of corruption, please make sure that people are reported and people are arrested. Where there is perceived, let's deal with it. Where it is real, let it be dealt with. I know there's been so many investigations. Some started before I came in. But I am saying, let us deal with corruption. And most importantly, let's stop this nonsense of saying if it is not white, it's corrupt.
Minister, we leave it there for this morning. Thank you for coming
in. Thank you.
Good luck with the conference. I hope that everything goes well. It's the International Water Infrastructure Investment Summit happening at the Sandton Convention Centre, and the Minister talking to us about that. That's, of course, Nomvula Mokonyane. Let's get our sports news.